Hello, hello, friends and foes. My name is Cody Lee, and I am here with another Arena Cube draft. If you're new here, my name's Cody Lee, and I draft. Oh my goodness, this is just kind of a weak pack. Ancient Tomb's kind of interesting, but hey, I draft a new draft every single day. I upload a new video. If that's something that interests you, I'd love to earn your comments, subscribes, likes. Shameless plug, hard shameless plug. Now let's look at these. 3 wish counters, remove a wish, search your library, put it in your hand shuffle. An opponent gains the artifact. Virtue of Loyalty, create a 2-2 at the beginning of your end step, put a 1-1 counter on each creature you control, untap those creatures. Amazing. I will say, I do think that we're probably just going to be going with Ancient Tomb. Broadside Bombardiers is interesting. Sacrifice another creature or artifact. This creature deals 2 damage, or deals 2 plus a sacrifice permanent's mana value to any target. Interesting. Thraben, Bloodbraid, Sihili. Honestly, Sihili might be interesting. The Ancient Tomb is the strongest card in the pack. We're going to take that, no questions asked. I'm just looking at the rest of the cards to figure out what I would have probably taken after that. And it's probably, honestly, the Misty Rainforest would have been my pick, is what I'm thinking. So let's grab the Ancient Tomb. Good place to start. Like that for us. No no pack 2 power, which is a little bit sad. There is an Animate Dead. I do like being in like the Animate Dead deck. But with Ancient Tomb, there's also a Time Warp and a Counter Spell. Just taking Counter Spell is interesting to me. I do like being proactive a little bit more than I like being reactive, and so Animate Dead is a lot cooler. So I think I'm going to take the Animate Dead. Expressive Iteration is very good. Brazen Borrow is also really good. But I think I'm going to take the Animate Dead. We're just going to cut it early, is what I'm thinking. Ancient Tomb. Here, we're looking at Vampiric Tutor, honestly. Vampiric Tutor, just being able to search for anything, put it on top. Great card. To avoid, when you cast a spell, search your library for a land, put it on the battlefield, then shuffle. Also has land removal. Fairy Mastermind is interesting. Mystic Confluence. Honestly, Fairy Mastermind is amazing. Mystic Confluence is also really good. Let's take Vampiric Tutor. I will say I'm seeing a lot of the, like, well, first of all, Thirst for Discovery is a great one for us. Draw 3, discard 2 unless you discard a basic land. We're able to kind of get some stuff in the graveyard. But Giver of Runes, Get Lost, Guide of Souls, Lightning Helix. We got some real nice Boros aggro cards going on here. Whenever another creature you control enters, you gain a life and gain an energy, and then you can attack 3 energy to get 2 counters. So as long as you're making a bunch of tokens, you're getting a bunch of flyers and all of that. Like, that's an amazingly good card. I would be tempted to take it, but I think I'd rather be thirsting. Ooh, Time Spiral, Baleful Strix, Creeping Tar Pit, Sleight of Hand. Torsten, Founder of Analia. What is this one? 7-7, reveal the top 7. Put any number of creature and or land cards from them into your hand and the rest on the bottom. When he dies, create 7/7 1/1s. That's a pretty sweet, like, revive target. Creature and or land cards. We're not going to have a bunch of those, so it's not really relevant. Time Spiral is each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into a library, then draw 7 cards. You want top 6 lands. So you get a free turn with a whole bunch of extra cards. Insanely good. We're going to take it. I would like the Creeping Tar Pit. Sleight of Hand would also be good. Here, Ice-Till Explorer is very interesting to me, as is Fear of Missing Out. Do we want to be Bug Reanimator or do we want to be Grixis Reanimator? We tried to do Grixis last time. We can go Bug. Cankerbloom, sacrifice this creature, choose 1. Green, black, blue. Let's do it. Bone Shards. Yeah, let's take Ice-Till. Ooh, Fury. There's also an Urza, and I do think we're going to take the Urza. Fallen Shinobi is very interesting to me. I would like to take that, but Urza is really strong. When Urza enters, you create a 0/0. We don't have a bunch of artifacts yet. Let's just take the Fallen Shinobi. It has ninjutsu, which we're not necessarily doing anything with, but if we end up like big in bug, I do want the underground mortuary too, but Fallen Shinobi just seems very strong to me. White of the Reliquary. Sacrifice another creature, search your library for land, put it on the battlefield. Yeah, like let's do this thing. Cool color at the beginning of your end step. Elvish Mystic Mind Collapse. Yeah, let's do whatever this White of the Reliquary thing is. Bloodstained Mire, Utopia Sprawl, Bloodbraid Elf, there's Unearth. I think I want to take the Unearth. Bloodstained Mire is interesting. We might be cutting the... I mean, honestly, Utopia Sprawl is also interesting. Let's take the Bloodstained Mire. Expressive Iteration is the strongest card, but this is a blue-green. Enters tapped, becomes a 5/5. Yeah. There's a Sirach, a Thorn Spire, a Knight's Whisper, and a Grave Titan. Honestly, Sirach would be interesting. But let's take Grave Titan. We're playing something real interesting. When this artifact enters, exile target card from a graveyard. Sacrifice this artifact, exile each opponent's graveyard. Yeah, we're going to take the sacrifice and draw. Overgrown Tomb is perfect. I would like to take the Rex Sage, but I do think we want the Overgrown Tomb. Overgrown Tomb is... Ooh, Glorybringer or a Flame Slash. Put Glorybringer in the sideboard and a Thespian Stage in the sideboard. Ooh, Quantum Riddler, Wheel of Fortune, Renin 6. Now this is... Talisman of Progress, Talisman of Hierarchy. We're not playing any white, so I'm not really looking at those. I do want to play the Quantum Riddler, though. Nissa, who shakes the world. Tap it. Renin 6 is interesting to me, but we only have one tapped land. I do think we're going to take the Quantum Riddler here. Sneak Attack is interesting to me. Honestly, Sneak Attack is probably what we should be taking here. And we're just going 4 color, no white. I'm going to take the Quantum Riddler. I'm going to try to stay 3 color. Titania. There's also Underworld Breach, which I know is really good. There is a Taiga, which is interesting. A Wastewood Verge. There's a Tinker, but we don't have a bunch of artifact. Tishana's Tidebinder. Activated or triggered ability. But anyways, when it enters, return target land from your graveyard to the battlefield. Whenever a land you control is put into the graveyard from the battlefield to create a 5/3. So like you get a land and then you can sack it if you have enough fetches. We don't necessarily have a bunch of fetches though, so I'm not sure that's where we're at. Each non-land card in your graveyard has escape. The escape cost is equal to the card's mana cost plus exile 3 other cards from your graveyard. At the beginning of your end step, sacrifice this enchantment. So you basically get a bunch of stuff. I do think we're going to probably take Fatal Push. Give us some early game interaction. There is a Strip Mine, and I think we're going to take the Strip Mine. Ignoble Hierarch is something that I would love to take, but Strip Mine is very strong. Ketria Triome would also be pretty good for us. But yeah, let's take the Strip Mine. Strip Mine's just very strong. Birds of Paradise, love that for us. Once Upon a Time, look at the top 5 cards. You may reveal a creature or land, put it in your hand, put the rest on the bottom. And if it's the first spell you've cast, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. Really good. But Birds of Paradise taps for any color. Also can be sacked with white to get us a land later. Fanatic of Ronos is going to do the same thing. Pyrokinesis. Sink into Stupor is interesting. Hedge Maze is very interesting, purely because it's a dual and Restfine Silk is not. Bloodstained Mire can't fetch it though, so I'm less interested. Fanatic of Ronos is a tapper, can do stuff for us, gets down early. And we're kind of like green-black with blue in the top end. So let's grab that. And let's do this. Life. Death. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. You lose life equal to its mana value. Tear Asunder, exile target artifact or enchantment. I'm here for that too. There's a Tolarian Academy, which I wish I were in that deck. We're just not right now. There's some really good white cards. Like, dang, really good white card. I do think we're going to take the Tear Asunder. We're pretty heavily green-black. Life and Death is pretty good, but we do need some interaction. Dig Through Time, Crabomination is definitely what we're going to take. Verdant Catacombs would be perfect. Gitaxian Probe I would take. Scythecat Cub I would also take. Whenever a land you control enters, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. If this is the second time the ability is resolved, double the number of 1/1 counters. Crabomination is a 6-mana 5/5. When this creature enters, target opponent exiles a top card of their library, a card at random from their graveyard, and a card at random from their hand. You may cast a spell from among the exiled cards without paying the mana cost. Really, really good. Verdant Catacombs, passing on that's really, really sad for me, though. Again, a bunch of white cards. Abhorrent Oculus, 3-mana 5/5. Exile 6 cards from your graveyard, and then at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, Manifest Dread. Really good. We're going to take the 2-mana 2/2, sacrifice a creature, destroy target enchantment. Sneak Attack came back around, which is kind of crazy. Renin 6 also came back around, as did Wheel of Fortune. Harvester of Miseries is what I think we're going to take. Sneak Attack is interesting. We just don't have the stuff for it. It's just not where we're at. Harvester of Misery gives us a little bit of removal, and I'd rather not have to splash the red. Underworld Breach coming back around is kind of crazy, but we're going to take the Wastewood Verge. We only got one Reanimate-ish spell, but also we're kind of just playing fair 3-color. I don't know if that's good or not. The Renin 6 coming back around when I have Strip Mine in hand is something that where I'm kind of like, maybe I should have, you know? Carcy Revenant, sorry. Reckoner Bankbuster, remove a charge counter, draw a card. Like, I do think we want something like that. Especially when we can crew and sack it to white of the Reliquary. This card's just cool. I love cards like this. I like the functionality. I think also Icestill Explorer is one of, if not my favorite card from Edge of Eternities. This card's just so cool. I got to play it in the previous cube, and I loved it, and that's half the reason I took it this time, is like, each land is a forest in addition to its other types. Sure, fix all my mana. Blooming Marsh. There's also a Deathrite Shaman. I don't think we're taking Deathrite Shaman, though. We don't have a bunch of fetches. Let's just take the mana fixing. Gosh. All the white cards. Maybe we take Ephemerate to go with our Quantum Riddler. We do have a red card to fix this. Ooh, Grief. I do want to take a Grief. Questing Beast is also interesting. 4-mana 4/4 Vigilance, Death Touch, Haste. It can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less, and combat damage that would be dealt to creatures you control can't be prevented. But whenever Questing Beast deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to target planeswalker player controls. So it's kind of like a combo move. I thought that was a different card. There's also a Brain Freeze, which tells me I'm probably doing the wrong thing here. But Grief is when this creature enters, target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card, and you can evoke it. Cast a spell for evoke. If you do, you sacrifice it, which means it goes to the graveyard, and then you can reanimate it with Animate Dead. Very good. So we're going to take that. Yeah, we're going to take that. Ooh. So Ajani is probably one of the most broken cards that they've printed in recent times. But there's also a Bristly Bill, which is not at all anywhere close to that in any way, shape, or form. And me even mentioning those things in the same sentence is probably disrespectful to them both. Tendrils of Agony is also in this. That's a sweet art for Tendrils of Agony. But yeah, anyway, Ajani. 2 mana for a 1/2. When it enters, create a 2/1, so it's already value. Whenever one or more cats you control die, you may exile Ajani and then return him. So he creates a cat that you then can die, and then he flips, and then you create a 2/1 white cat warrior creature token. Gosh, just very strong. We're going to take Bristly Bill, probably. Ignoble Hierarch would also be interesting. Sundering Titan would be cool. Ramming Up Excavator. Some of those green cards I'm hoping come back around. Stoneforge Mystic. Emperor Bones is what we're going to take here. Emperor Bones is just an amazingly good card. Nissa, Resurgent Animist. I would like to have this card. Dark Ritual is also very interesting to me, but at the beginning of combat on your turn, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard, and then you can adapt it to put that card onto your side. Preacher of the Schism is also very interesting. Honestly, I hope Preacher of the Schisms comes back around. Elkless Chariot's also interesting. 4 mana for a 4/4 vehicle. But when it attacks, create a token that's a copy of target token. So you need tokens in order for that to work. Still, taps for white. Not really worried about it. Would like the Dark Slick Shores. It's a sweet art for Dark Slick Shores. But we're going to take the Emperor. We can't splash Comet. Each opponent reveals their hand. Exile a creature card they reveal this way until it leaves the battlefield. Yeah, so we're 100% taking Booster Tutor because Booster Tutor is insane. I'm sad that I can't take Comet. And there's a bunch of red cards. I do. There's an Entomb. The Springheart Nantucko is something where I'm like, I would love to take that. But I do think I'm going to take the Virtue of Persistence. It gives us a little bit of early game removal, and then at the beginning of your upkeep, put target creature card from graveyard on the battlefield under your control. Like, 7 mana, do a whole bunch of cool stuff. Love that for us. Griselbrand. Up the Beanstalk. 2 mana, draw a card. 5 or greater, draw a card. That's pretty sick. All these red lands and a Preordain. Are we going to take Griselbrand? I'm going to take Griselbrand, but I don't know if we end up playing Griselbrand. We're going to take Persist. Persist hits non-legendary, which is Crabomination, Grave Titan, Quantum Harvester, or Fallen Ninja. Explore would be good. Talisman of Resilience would also be good. Ponder would be cool. It's cool art for Ponder. Dreams of Steel and Oil. Chosen artifact or creature. Yeah, we're going to take Persist, though. Inquisition is very good. Talisman of Dominance would be interesting. Skull Camp would also be interesting. How many creatures we got? Let's take Skull Camp. Lightning Bolt, Undercity Sewers. Island Swamp. Yeah, we're going to take that. I don't think any of the green cards, or was it this pack? Ramming Up came back. It has to Trumpeting Carnosaur, which is nothing. But Ramming Up came back. You can play land cards from your graveyard, and great. We have Strip Mine and Bloodstain, so like we'll play it. Preacher of the Schism came back too. We'll take that. So we're looking at needing to make approximately 4 or 5 cuts. They're going to be down here. Like Reckoner, Bankbuster. Take the land, just put it in the sideboard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lands. So we're playing 8 more cards. Yeah, we need to make 4 more cuts. Oh, and we have to play Talisman of Resilience. Okay, so Soul Guide Lantern is out. We're probably out of Thirst for Discovery because we're not going to have a bunch of whatever. We want that, we want that, we want that. Griselbrand's out. Animate Dead, Emperor Bones, Bristly Bill, Fanatic, Outland. Okay, we need to make 2 more cuts. And what are we looking at cutting it? The only reason I'm playing the Ramen Up is because we have the frickin' Strip Mine, and Strip Mine Ramen Up is a combo. I do think we're keeping all of these. Are we cutting Time Spiral? I cannot believe that. Yeah, we're going to cut Time Spiral. And we're going to cut Quantum Riddler stays 100% of the time. And we're going to cut one of these 2 drops. Probably Fanatic of Ronus. No, we need to cut. We're going to cut the Talisman. I don't know if that's correct. I don't. Honestly, I'll be real with you. I'll be blunt. I don't think that's correct. Wandering Venser, nice Sephiroth. But I did it. I'm going to continue to do it. Yeah, we're going to keep this. Harvester of Misery killing my stuff is a little bit annoying. Fanatic of Ronus. Nice, let us go. Discard this to hit that and kill it. Quantum Riddler being in the graveyard is sad. A Bear Grylls? Let's play this. When this creature enters, target opponent exiles. Yeah. Lightning Greave. Haste and Shroud. Lotus Cobra. No attacks. End turn. Don't hit my ice still. You can hit my Crabomination though. Now I need to get cards. I want that Quantum Riddler. And this is where I'm like, wait. Maybe I should not have cut Time Warp. Cutting Time Warp is not smart. But then again, we only have 2 blue sources here, so like... So I am going to... Animate Dead on Emperor Bones, and then beginning your turn, exile... No, I'm going to Animate Dead on Quantum Riddler. And I'm going to cast this with Kicker. to destroy. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you may mill that many cards. If you do, you may put a creature from among them into your hand. You're gonna hit that. And then we're going to cast Animate Dead on Quantum Ripping. And this creature enters, draw a card, sacrifice, resolve. Oh, does he have removal for it? He might have removal for it. Nope, okay. We're gonna play that. Wait. The player in Permanent with Shroud can't be the target of spells or abilities. It already has Animate Dead. Does it make Animate Dead fall off? Let's see. No, it doesn't. Interesting. We're gonna next. We're gonna all attacks. Take the 5. And then enter. You may put a land card from among them into your hand. Sure. We'll block. Sirach. So I'm going to play this. And then I'm going to next. And ninjutsu to return that. Destroy that 6. And then I'm going to play that. And then I'm going to end my turn. Yeah, this is a great spot to be in. Ooh, Robert the Rich. The Nadu is very strong. They're just going to attack with everything. They've got a block here and here, and then they take lethal. Good game. Unless they had fog, I suppose. If they had fog, we would have been unlucky. I don't know if they had green mana on tap, though. Not a bad first game. 1-0. Let's get back into it. And queues are popping quickly this morning. It is super early today. I'm playing at like 7 in the morning. Ooh. I'm gonna keep this, and if I can vamp tutor for, I'm not gonna vamp tutor right away. Ramming up makes me want to vamp tutor for a strip mine, but we're not gonna do that. Okay. So, Entomb into Reanimate is going to be very difficult for us. It depends on what he's entombing and reanimating. We have options. Vampiric Tutor does give us options. We do have Harvester of Misery, which couldn't possibly be removal. Ooh. Atali is a difficult one. What'd they get? Library and Multiversal. Okay, Mana Crypt, sure. How do we want to do this? Grief, Animate Dead, Tear Asunder, Fatal Push. Bird, Skull Clamp, no. Virtue, Quantum Riddler. Grief, Fallen Shinobi, Ice Till. Yeah, so we're gonna take Tear Asunder. I'm gonna draw that. We're gonna play this. And we're gonna play Preacher of the Schism. We might be losing to turn 2 Atali, even though he didn't get anything really off of it. He got our Persist. What you got going on over there, friend? Ugh. I need to be able to block his Atali. Hopefully. There's a lot going on in this game so far. Nice. If he would have lost 3 flips in a row, he would have been down to 4 life, which would have been crazy. Ugh. Do blockers. It's fine. I hit for 6. Do you have another reanimate on that? No? Lose the roll. 2 turn clock. I'm at 3 life though, so. Okay. I wish I could have drawn a land so that I could have played Grave Titan. That would have been awesome. If a card would put an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, instead exile it with a void counter on it. Sacrifice this creature, choose an exiled card an opponent owns with a void counter on it. You may play it this turn without paying its mana cost. So yeah. Choose an exiled card an opponent owns with a void counter on it. This turn without its mana cost. But it has shadow, which means it can be blocked and only blocked by creatures with shadow. Yeah, that just kills me. Good game. Ugh, which is sad. What a way to end it. That was a crazy game. Opponent had a lot to miss on, which, to be fair, they missed on their very first Atali. Now, I do think we're going to keep this. Look at that Quantum Riddler right there. If we draw a bird and that'd be awesome. Let's play a White of the Reliquary. playing against like blue-white control or something like that?
Through ambition, even these strange metals answer to me.
Mock Sapphire. Yeah, so, we're gonna do that.
My
Play
revenge
this.
from the shadow.
And play this. And do that light counter there. We're gonna end turn. Okay. And Urza, sure. So I am 100% playing this. Doing that. I'm gonna attack for 4. And I'm gonna play the random effects excavator. See, in the next turn I can play Quantum Riddler. And if I sacrifice the Ramen up, I can play Crybomination. Draw 2 cards, target creature gets -5, tap to add 2. Choose one. What are you choosing? Target creature. Do I want to sacrifice a creature to get a land? No, I'm gonna... I'm gonna play this. Put a counter on the ramming up. And then we're gonna play the Quantum Rift. Search your library for an instant or sorcery. Nice. A tinker. Oh, are they gonna tinker into the thing that makes me sacrifice a whole bunch? Because if so, that's super freaking annoying. Yeah, so I need to go get removal for that. I need to search for the Outland Liberator. I'm gonna draw it and play it now. So I'm gonna play this. I'll pay 2 money. I'll play this. I have to destroy his portal to New Phyrexia. Portal to Phyrexia, I should say. That card's just insanely strong. Now, hopefully I can Crab Demon him next turn. See, and he's sitting on 3 lands. Is he actually only hit 3 lands in this entire thing? He has probably 12 lands. Half of his deck left is lands if he doesn't have 3 lands in hand. A card. Okay, reveal the top 2 cards. Great. Your opponent chooses one of them. Put that card into your hand. In the battlefield. Flying Vigilant when this creature dies. Yeah, sure. I've got a big old 9/9 flyer. I couldn't do anything with Tinker, which is sad. I killed this portal to New Phyrexia. You definitely need artifact removal. I'm learning more and more every time I draft this, because I passed a Rex Sage, and I shouldn't have, flat out. You got 2 mana, friend.
There is great power in the feet of men.
6, 7, 8. 9, 10. 11. What you got for 11 mana? What X spell? I'm like Blue Sun Zenith? Are you up? Oh. I don't think that there's anything I can do about that. I think I am probably very, very, very screwed here. Upheaval's a good one. And considering how much mana they had for no reason. Drawing a 6-drop doesn't help.
I speak awaken.
Yeah, concede. You got me. You're able to just make another token, get in for 9. I can't do anything about that next turn. That was a pretty solid deck, I will say. Ugh. Now let's run it back. Let's see if we can do a little bit better this time. I believe in us. Oh, and we insta-popped. Le Draft de Drosan. Interesting. Skull Camp, Fallen Shinobi, Ice Still. We're going to keep it. Surveil. Surveil a Grizzleband and then reanimate it. Toxic Deluge and Grief. I'm gonna Vampiric Tutor to go look for an animate dead. Sure. When this creature enters, target opponent reveals their hand, you choose a non-land card. They're probably going to take Fallen Shinobi. They took the Virtue of Persistence. We're going to take the Atali here. Play that and the Quantum with it. Draw a card. Cool. Let me play this. I'm going to attach that to the Atali. You're gonna kill it, I'm gonna draw 2. Return an unblocked attacker you control to hand. Does that return the Atali to my hand? Also, this Grief art is pretty insane. Especially, like, full art. I draw 2 cards, yay. Destroy target creature if it has mana value 2 or less. And then Ninjutsu this in, return that. And then that's gonna do 5 damage. Exile the top 2. Were they 2 lands? Oh my goodness, dude. What is going on? I'm going against the Atali loot deck with Flash. Bruh. Sorry, that just didn't do that. Nice dismember. Let's get rid of the Black Source. And then we're going to play a Preacher of the Schism. No black. There's an Ice Tilt though, I don't like that. I'm gonna sacrifice this to get his Black Source again. And we're just gonna play this game back and forth because I'm gonna strip mine you twice every single turn. gonna bring Grief back. Sure. It's probably good that you got it off before I brought Grief back. I'm bringing this back because I want to look at their hand. I'm in a good spot. They're at 5 life. I've got the strip mine set up. Goryo. Search your library for a land card. Dam. Harvest. Dam is gone. So we're going to play this. We're going to sacrifice this to destroy Black Source. And then we're going to play this. And we're going to sacrifice this to destroy Black Source. And then we're going to play Ram It Up. They drew Badlands into Swamp. It's not bad. There's a tracks in there. Good game. That was a solid one. I like that. Two. Let's jump back in. Enriquismo. I think this can get blue-black or green-black. I don't know if this can get. This cannot get green-blue, obviously. But we're gonna keep this. I think it can get blue. So do we want it to get green or do we want it to get blue? And I think we want it to get blue because we have the Quantum Riddler in hand. I'll leave that on top. I'll play that down. Blazemire Verge. I'm gonna warp this in. Let me play that. End turn. Recurring Nightmare. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have that enters tapped. Turn this enchantment to its own. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. You need to sacrifice a creature is the main thing. I'm gonna sacrifice that to go get a swamp. I'm gonna fatal push that. And we're actually going to put target not only from your graveyard onto the battlefield, it's only your graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Abhorrent Oculus, Lay of Older Shieldred. Let's take Leovold. And we're gonna get in. That was a very complicated turn there. The Vampiric Tutor on upkeep, we get their exiled. We got 2 creatures. I wonder if they were just sitting on Leovold. They don't have blue, so I guess that's fair. Here's their blue. Phantasmal Image of Crabomination. Grave Titan. Uh-oh. So, how do we want to do this? I'm gonna bring Crabomination back. Ooh, now I'm gonna cast Grizzlebrand. Play this Swamp. And play this Ancient Tomb. And play this Knight of the Reliquary. And then I'm gonna play Quantum Riddler. So I can draw 2. And then I'm gonna play Birds of Paradise. I'm gonna end my turn. What you got? I got 6 mana. Recurring Nightmare to Phantasmal Image to bring in Grizzlebrand to draw 7. Like, they've got a lot to do. Results. Fallen Shinobi ramming out. Crabomination does not get you the Grizzlebrand though. Okay. They're gonna be able to play, sacrifice Crabomination. So they're able to sacrifice another token. Ugh, and they got my strip mine, so I can't strip mine them out of all of their crap. Gosh, that's dumb. Tear Asunder, what are they gonna hit? They can't cast it with a kicker, can they? They can? Alright, so we are going to get in with this, and this. When that land attacks, that's going to be a 3/3 until end of turn. Fanatic of Ronas, Creature of the Schism, end turn. So are they just going to continue to Recurring Nightmare to bring back their... Yes, they are. Yay! I do think I'm going to kill the Quantum Riddler. I only have 3 cards left in my library. I might actually lose this because I need to get rid of the Ice Till. My graveyard. Draw your card.
Oh no!
So this comes in, this comes in, this comes in, this comes in, and this comes in. I've got 2 cards left. We're not going to play any of those. We're not doing any of that. We're not doing any of this. I'm going to sacrifice that. Decline. And then I'm going to play this. Get a 4/4 because that's lethal. And then I'm going to end my turn. So I've got 3 lethal threats on board. I have 2 draw steps in order to utilize those lethal threats. They have a Recurring Nightmare with a Phantasmal Image and a Leovold with 3 other cards in hand. Sacrifice 10 Lawn Mane. I have 13 lives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Dang, good game. That was scary. Oh, that was scary. We might have been playing a little fast and loose, but sometimes you gotta play fast and loose. 3 and 2. Love to see it for us. Let's run it back. And that was a good game. That was a fun one, I will say. I can't say it was the most well-played game of Magic ever, but was definitely a game of Magic. Now, what are we looking at here? We're looking at a Great 7, I think? No. Let's play the Fnatic of Ruinous. Because we do want to get the Skull Camp out. Sweet Mountain. I'm gonna kill it. Kill it in response. Oh, you're gonna kill the Skull Camp. Okay. I respect that. So I'm gonna play Ramming Up, I'm gonna play this Ancient Tomb, and I'm gonna attack one. I'm gonna see what they do. Oh, Minskinboo.
We will break evil's bones. Unless it's both, we will stomp on evil. Look at us. We are tough.
Sacrifice a creature, draw a whole bunch of cards. We might be in a risky spot. The thing is, if we can keep the Ramming Up and actually get...
We are large and in charge.
Do we Crabomination? Ninjutsu. Cancel. Black. Blue. So you got something for the ninjutsu? That's my question. The double return. Ugh. Yeah, so we lose here. That was a good one. They had a nice little brew going on. I think we were a little bit slow to get out of the gates there, honestly. We took a couple of slow turns. Let's claim that win. A new Capana and a Modern Horizons 3. Let's go open those up. We gotta throw the Omen pads in here too. Gotta love that. A nice little 3 winner. I've had better, I've had worse. I've not opened any new Capana either. So we'll see what that... Ooh, double rare. Like that for us. Now let's see. Ooh, you'll see. And all that. Hostile takeover. Love that. Anyways, thanks so much for joining me on today's episode of Cody Lee Drafts Arena Cube, powered Arena Cube, which is super cool. Join me tomorrow. We're going to be drafting again. Thanks so much for joining me, and I will talk to you then. Have a good one, guys.